Hey, Belton School staff, I want to tell you about a quick resource that we've purchased and that is available for you to use now for your instruction. And I want to show you how to access that and also what it is. And so we're going to talk a little bit about Boardworks. Boardworks is presentations that you can use for your whole class. They work well on the smart boards and on just a projector with your laptop that are more interactive in nature. They're professionally, quality and are based around standards. And so each one of these products has different areas that they focus on. And so if you teach in one of these fields, you'll be able to use this for enhancing your lessons. If you want to enhance maybe a lecture portion, if you're doing a whole class instruction, or if you want to break it out and have a student use it for either enhancement or remediation, that they can get some further instruction in a certain area or on a certain topic. And so you would download the Boardworks file. You would then run it from your laptop, or if your students have devices, they could run it from their laptop, and then they can go through that lesson material. And so Boardworks has provided us with links to download all of these files and use them on our machines. And I'd like to show you how we're going to use those. So to access the Boardworks files that you will be able to download, you're going to go to your Belton School homepage, click on the staff portal, and you're going to sign in with your first name, your first initial, last name, and then your password. This should take you to the staff portal section. Here, along with many other links that you would need, you will be able to have a link to the BSD curriculum, which is right here. We're going to go ahead and open that up, and you'll be taken to the BSD curriculum. If you haven't been here, this is where we're going to be housing the BSD curriculum. Mainly right now, elementary is up and rocking, and we're working with our secondary to get our pacing guides together so we can get those going. You'll notice on the home page there is an announcement for our Boardworks resource, which you can click on to take you to the download links, or you can come over to the resource section and click on resources, and you'll find a link also to the Boardworks resources. So either way will get you to this page, which is called Boardworks Presentation Download Links. Here you can find the links to download the specific subjects, download installer. And if you need help installing then the package, there's instructions below that will tell you how to install that. I'm going to show you right now very quickly how to install. So let's say I would like to install Algebra 1 for this high school. I click on Algebra 1 and I get this download option. I choose download, and Google, it's too big of a file for Google to scan, and so I'm just going to say download anyways. And I'm prompted to open the installer, and so I'm just going to select open the installer with my disk image mounter and hit OK. So that's going to download. I recommend installing this while at school, either before or after school, as the file is about 300 to 600 megabytes. In this example is about 600 megabytes. So once that is installed, it should automatically open, and it will be installed on your desktop. And if you need help finding that, you'll go to your desktop and look for the icon that shows the installer. When you open it, you'll have three things you need to install. You'll install the Adobe Air installer, and so I'll double click on that guy. And I've already downloaded this, but I'm going to go ahead and just say OK, open this, and you can see I've already installed it. But if I hadn't, I would go through the steps to install it. Once that's installed, I'm going to install the Boardworks Presenter.air. So I'll double click on the second one. It will go ahead and install it again. I've already installed this, so it's asking if I want to uninstall it or reinstall it. And so I'm going to go ahead and cancel. You guys would go ahead and install it. And then finally, you have the content-specific package. And so steps 1 and 2, I only need to install one time. Once I've done that, I can go ahead and find other content and just install the third part. In this case, the Algebra 1. So I'm going to go ahead and install Algebra 1. The Adobe application will open up. It will install this package. Sometimes it asks for my password, and you'll put in the password you use to sign on to your computer because you are an admin on that computer. It runs through the installation, and then it opens up the program. In this case, it's asking me, how do I want to search for content? So I can browse by Common Core standards, or I can just browse by topic. And I can jump in here and writing expressions or interpreting functions and building linear and quadratic models. And so I can look in and look for the different resources. Then in this case, construct and compare linear quadratic equations. And then over here I have different resources that I can preview and look to see if it has something that I want to check out. I can launch the whole thing, or I can launch from this specific slide. So let's say I'd like to check out this slide. I'm going to go ahead and launch that presentation. It loads it in the Boardworks presenter. And you can see it's a lot like essentially PowerPoint on the side here. So I can jump through these different slides to see what I'd like to share. And I can come down to the bottom and just say, hey, present, and then it will present in full screen mode. So in this example, it's talking about an exponential function, which in this case is representing y equals a to the x. You can see 3 examples here. And then finally in each of these there's obviously an asymptote, if you're familiar with what asymptote is. But along with all of these you have this interactive piece. And so in this case I have the ability to take and I can increase and decrease the a value to see what the asymptote, or how the asymptote changes. And so you can scroll through and adjust these variables. And so throughout the Boardworks you have the ability to draw and write and make some notes right on the board itself. And if you had a smart board, this is obviously super interactive. If you have just a regular board, you can do as I'm doing and just drawing with my finger, and I can throw a ruler up on the screen to help do some measurements and things like that, and then click on to the next part of the instructions. So I'm not gonna play this whole thing, but essentially it runs like in a PowerPoint. It provides you with teacher notes, teacher information, and then some powerful interactive slides that are helpful for you. So I'm going to go ahead and close the presentation by quitting that, and I'm back to the search for the algebra. I'm going to close that, and I can close this Boardworks. Now going all the way back to, I'm closing my windows, I'm going back to the curriculum, and I can go back and download additional files and use all the ones I want. So you have access to all the elementary, middle school, high school, and all of these files. There's tons of resources inside each one of these. As you could tell, all of the Common Core standards were covered for English and math, and so check it out. I hope you find this resource super valuable, and use it embedded into your courses in Canvas, so your students can have access to this at the high school and in STEAM, where they have one-to-one. You can use these in any of those modules and provide them with the ability to play these resources. So right now, currently, these slides do not play on the iPads, but that's supposed to be coming later. But we all have MacBooks as teachers, and so you have the ability to use that. So I hope you find this useful and helpful, and talk to your instructional coaches, and they can help give you, or your principals, and they give you some more direction on this. So thanks for watching.